thanks so much for coming to check out our video. So we're going to talk about all about the fats and oils that we keep in our house to eat and to use in our cooking. So we try to only bring into the house fats and oils that we're happy to be consuming. So as far as reading on nutrition labels, what's included in things, we don't want anything with soybean oil, canola oil, sunflower oil,
vegetable oil,
anything that's vegetable oil or like a seed oil, we try to avoid. Obviously when you're eating out, it's pretty much impossible to avoid any of that because that's the main cooking source people use because it's cheap, so we just accept that. But when we're at home, we don't want to, you know, the bulk of our food we eat while we're at home, so we don't want to be consuming those.
Why don't we eat those?
Because they're really high in omega-6 fatty acids, and that they are very inflammatory on the body.
Right, okay.
So
I don't think I fully understood that. I'm just like, yeah, you've told me we don't eat it, so we don't eat it.
Yeah, so anything that's like a vegetable oil, soybean, canola, sunflower, all those type of ones we try to avoid. But we'll show you what we keep at home. So we actually did a tour of our pantry, but we didn't include most of this stuff because a lot of it just lives out on our bench next to our stovetop where we do the cooking.
Doesn't sit in the pantry.
But I'll put a link to the pantry video if you're interested in the other food that we have apart from the fats. So let's start with this. So we've got, this one's actually cocoa butter. So that's kind of what chocolate's made with. Cacao butter, cocoa butter, I don't know how you pronounce it. But it's like a white, it's kind of grated up.
It's all the fat from the chocolate,
bits,
right?
Yeah, so this is popular for people who have like a dairy-free bulletproof.
Oh, okay.
So like I think Leanne Vogel's Rocket Fuel Latte, they use this cacao butter. We use it in like baking or fat bombs and things. We don't use it that often. You can make your own chocolate with it.
And that's easy enough to get at like a health food shop or something, right?
Yeah. And then this is from the supermarket, so it's just organic extra virgin coconut oil. We're not big fans of coconut oil in our cooking because I don't like the coconutty flavour in savoury dishes. Maybe if it was like an Indian or Asian dish or something, but we use it in like baking or if we were perhaps making a fat bomb or something like that. That's what we do.
There's a specific kind that you want to get, right? Is it important to get extra virgin?
Yeah, extra virgin unrefined is like the least processed.
Okay.
So, and it's going to depend on where you live and what time of year it is, whether it's liquid or solid. So as you can see, it's still cold here in Melbourne, it's solid, but in summer it will be like a clear liquid. And there's nothing, I saw someone post on Facebook the other day, oh no, my coconut oil's gone bad, it's clear. But
no, it just melts.
It just melts.
It just melts, yeah.
So then for salad dressing, so things that we wouldn't be heating up to high temperatures, we use avocado oil and then extra virgin olive oil. So avocado oil is great for using to make mayo because it's kind of doesn't have a very strong flavor and it's like a good healthy oil for you. And then we use extra virgin olive oil just for like making salad dressings and that type of thing.
So we don't cook with that because of the smoke point, right?
Yeah, okay. That's right.
So then we've got our cooking fats.
Yes.
One of my favorite things is saving the bacon grease. Yeah. This is like gold. Look how much we've got. That container is full. And I use that to fry up eggs. Even I've been doing a lot of cooking on the barbecue and I like to put that on the barbecue and it works really well.
Yeah, so we bake our bacon on a tray in the oven and then just pour the grease off.
Any grease goes into this container.
Obviously, if you're cooking something in like bacon fat, it tastes delicious.
It tastes delicious. The other thing I've done a couple of times is I've made my bone broth. Yeah. And I've put a spoonful of that and whizzed it in the blender and it is amazing.
It's really creamy and frothy too.
And it just adds that bacony flavour to the bone broth, which is really, really good. So yeah, bacon grease we like.
Another favourite which is similar to bacon grease, this is lard, so it's the fat that comes from pork. We get this one from Low Carb Emporium and it comes from a farm in Tasmania. But yeah, it's just really great, heat stable, so you can, for high heat cooking, And it also, you can use it in baking, like it's common, I guess, in the oldie world.
Yeah, like the 1920 recipes, they use lard
instead of butter. It doesn't have like a strong
It doesn't taste porky.
No.
Unlike the bacon fat that has a bacon flavour, this doesn't taste porky to me.
And then another one we would use for high heat cooking is ghee. So ghee is basically butter with the milk solids taken out of it. It's also called, I think, clarified butter. We've got directions on our blog on how to make it. I'll put the link below. You can make it yourself pretty easily, and we have. But it makes, sometimes butter can burn if you're cooking too high. So ghee's got that higher smoke point again. But you still get that buttery flavour.
Oh, and then probably butter.
Butter. So you got to have a butter dish when you get out. So that
when you live in Melbourne, you can leave it out on the beach. In winter anyway.
So we use that for cooking, like scrambled eggs or something like that. Or like on top of a steak even. Just.
Yeah.
However, so this is another good one that we use sometimes. It's the coconut oil in the spray. So it's really good for if you want to grease a dish.
Or if you're used to cooking with the spray, this might be a good kind of transition over to
away
using
from
some of the other
vegetable
fats.
oils. And this is just, you can get this in the supermarket at the oil section. And then we just have like regular olive oil. So we use this, the most I use this is usually marinating things, or if I want to coat, like so for coat chicken wings before I'm putting them in the oven or something.
Or the steak, you put it on the steak.
Yeah, marinating the steak, just because it's liquid, whereas a lot of these other ones could go solid.
We tried, when we were carnivore, we tried
because you can't have olive oil. I was like, oh, I'll melt some ghee. Wasn't it? Or butter.
I can't remember what it was,
melted
but
it.
it
I
turned
thought I'll
messy.
just drizzle that all over, mix it up with the seasoning. But because the chicken wings were cold, it just set, and then it was just like lumps of butter. And
it wasn't pleasant. But this works well. The olive oil works really well.
Yeah, so you don't want to be using this on super high heat, but it's alright if you just, quickly frying an egg or something. And then the last ones that we use are these MCT oil powders. So we've got vanilla, salted caramel, and then just an unflavoured version. So these are great to go in. Sometimes I put some in my coffee if I'm hungry or I want a boost of energy. You put it in your tea, or
sometimes I put it in my tea. Yeah.
Bulletproof
chai I've been doing a couple of times a week recently, and I'd put a scoopful of that in it. If I'm not having breakfast and I've been to the gym, sometimes I feel like I want to have a little bit more, so this kind of helps with that.
And we really like the powdered version of MCT oil. It's just easier. You can stir it in. You don't necessarily need to blend it up, and you don't get that kind of oil slick on the top. It's a bit easier on your tummy, so if people have had issues with liquid MCT oil, maybe try the powder one, because I've found that it's easier on your tummy. It's also much easier to travel around with, so we do a bit of traveling, so we can just pop some of this in, like a Snaplock bag or a little container, and we're good to go. We're not going to end up with like an oil slick
and
through our luggage. And there's flavour, and it's salted caramel. I mean, that in your coffee is just
and we've started experimenting with some shakes and stuff with the salted caramel, and I can tell you it's amazing.
Yeah, so smoothies, shakes, like your iced coffee if you like a frappe or something like that. Yeah. But yeah, so that's our little fats and oils that we use all the time. So definitely bacon, fat, lard, butter are probably our top ones that we use for cooking.
Yeah.
And then the rest are just not. I mean, you certainly don't need all of these when you're just starting out with keto. You just want to make sure you're getting rid of all those vegetable oils. Anything that's vegetable, soybean, canola, all those ones, you don't want them in the
What about that rice bran one your mum has?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that either.
She'll probably watch this.
Anyway, we hope you found this helpful. Please like and share this video with anyone who might be interested in what fats to eat on a ketogenic diet, or any diet really. And subscribe to our channel. We have new videos coming out every Sunday all about living a ketogenic lifestyle as well as yummy recipes.
Yeah, we're doing some recipes now on the video, so look out for those.
Yeah, thank you so much for watching. Bye.